What is up, everybody? My name is Eris, and I'll be your ferryman today, taking you guys to a Roman village, I guess. I'll explain when we get there, though. Welcome to the Forgotten City, everybody. This game, like Portal, started out as a mod. Now it's its own standalone game with multiple endings and multiple different lines we could follow in any given moment. And we can change your mind at any second. So let's get right into it. This game was developed by a core team of 3 people over 4 years. Your support allows us to continue doing this. This is a mystery adventure with multiple endings. It rewards thoughtful conversation, exploration, and not brute force. The fate of the city is in your hands.
Hey, you're alive. When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID, a phone, maybe. I hope you don't mind. But all I found was some loose change. So, wanna tell me who you are?
And welcome to the character creation. We only ever see our hands, by the way. So it makes it really simple.
Well, it's nice to meet you. And I'm sorry to pry, but any idea why you were floating down the river? What's the last thing you remember?
I don't remember very much, but this is the class selection, if you will. I was searching for ancient ruins, which is archaeologist. Years of studying history gives you occasional insight into the ancient world. I was on a covert mission, which makes you a soldier. You have a military-issued firearm, but only 10 bullets, and you have to use them judiciously, since there's no way to get more. I was on the run from the law, which makes you a fugitive. Your time on the run from the authorities has made you quick on your feet, and you're 25% faster when sprinting. I barely remember anything. Amnesiac. Your recent head trauma has increased your pain threshold, making you 50% harder to take down. And I'm on a lore hunt, so we're gonna go with archaeologist.
Oh, you're an archaeologist? Then you'll definitely want to hear this. I don't know if it's exactly what you're looking for, but there are some ruins just behind you. Roman, I think. I need you to go in there and see if you can find a guy named Al for me. He went in there a few hours ago, and he hasn't come out. I've been freaking out, wondering if he's trapped or injured or worse. I would have gone in after him, but he made me promise to stay here, no matter what. There's no way I'm leaving without him, so I'm just kind of stuck here, waiting. What I mean is, I was hoping you wouldn't mind going in there to find him. If you can do that, I can get both of you back to civilization in my boat. Please?
The mouth tracking bothers me a little bit, but that's just because I was trying to read her lips instead of reading the subtitles. Mind if I ask you a few questions first?
Oh, of course. Sorry, I don't mean to be pushy. What do you want to know?
Like, certain things she's on point. Other things, not so much. Like civilization. Because I think she forgot the shun part. What's your story?
Oh, there's not much to tell. Feels like I've spent my whole life in a dead-end job with an endless commute. Know what I mean?
I kind of do, yeah. You're not gonna even tell me your name, huh?
Oh, I'd rather not say if it's all the same to you.
I'd really like to know, especially if I'm going to help you.
All right, fine. Sorry if I sounded cagey, it's just that I don't always get the best reactions when I introduce myself. My name's Karen.
Oh, thank you for saving my life, Karen.
You're welcome. Always happy to help. Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Who's Al?
He's the guy who washed up on the riverbank not long before you did. I thought maybe you two knew each other. I guess not. But maybe the two of you can piece together what you're doing here. In any case, you'll like him, I'm sure. Once you find him, that is.
Where are we?
You really don't remember? We're in Italy. This river is the Tiber.
Can you tell me about the ruin? What can you tell me about the ruins?
Not much, really. But imagine what you might find in there. Priceless ancient artifacts. Al...
She really wants me to find Al. Have you tried calling for help?
What am I, an idiot? You could hike a long,
I don't know
long way
you.
in any direction and never find another soul. Trust me.
Oh, that's all the questions I had.
Great. So you're ready to go look for Al?
Yeah, I'll
Thank
go.
you.
I'm in.
The entrance is just past those columns behind you. Please, hurry. Oh, and he left this here. But I think you'll need it more than I will.
Flashlight, nice. Perfect. It's really cool though. I love the pillars. I love seeing them. I could never have pillars, but I love the pillars. Someday when my home or something's well known and I have pillars, please clip back to this and be like, hey, mother fricker, why'd you do that? Because I won't understand either. And that might be evidence that I got switched. If I ever get to that point, but I highly doubt I will. Examine backpack full of worn hiking clothes, empty food packets, nothing valuable here. But still, it seems strange that Al left it behind.
If you're reading this, it means I've discovered the entrance to an ancient Roman city hidden deep underground. Its existence is long forgotten, all knowledge of it lost, except in the Latin inscription here. It reads, "You who wish to enter the city, step forth and be judged. The virtuous shall be rewarded with eternal life in paradise. The wicked shall find themselves showered in gold, but in vain, for this shall be their final resting place." Could an underground city have remained a secret for all this time? Could people have survived down there, against the odds? It seems there's only one way to find out. If I'm not back in an hour, I'm somewhere on the other side. Consider this an invitation. Or a warning. Al Worth.
I spoiled it for you. I was trying to be sneaky, however, I figured that you were going to question why I was walking around the edges anyways. Oop, jeez! Yeah. We made it! There's a well that falls into a pool. I guess technically would have been a bathhouse. However, I will say, someday when I own my own house, I'm definitely gonna... I'm you. If I ever come into money, I'm building a pool, an in-ground pool. Just like that. Styled after a Roman bathhouse. Roman gladiator mid-stride. What could have made a gladiator flee? Look, they move. A young Roman woman looks like she was begging for her life. But doesn't this look like amazing? I just love mythology and Roman architecture / Greek architecture, since they're inspired a lot of the same. Could I go up there? No, I don't think so. Not yet. I want to see those statues up there. Oh, sorry, miss. 100% did not mean to do that.
To whoever reads this, I'm sorry you had to find me like this. And worse, that you'll suffer the same fate I did. I've spent a lifetime in this place, going around and around in circles, searching for a way out. The inscription was right. There is no way back. And here there are only two options: death, or that godforsaken doorway into the past. I made the mistake of stepping through it. I wanted to set things right. And I tried. I really tried. Whatever I did, it took me right back to the beginning. Don't make the same mistake. Better to end it all now and find out what awaits you beyond that portal.
Well, let's go find this doorway. Doesn't that look really freaking cool? I wonder how many people have come through this ruins. Because of you, man. Okay. Oh. Remains of a human. Whoever it was died a long time ago. Why is there a hole there? Pomegranate. I think those temples are designed for moonlight to shine in. Oop.
Salve, friend. I'm Galerius. Mind telling me who you are and what you were doing in the Shrine of Proserpina?
Shrine of Proserpina?
Yeah, you know, agricultural goddess of springtime? You're not from around here, are you? Oh, I see what you did there. Changing the subject like that. Nice try. But I'll ask again. Who are you, and what were you doing in the shrine?
Are you speaking English?
What? I'm speaking Latin. You are too, although your accent's a little strange. And you've just done it again. You're a sly one, aren't you?
I don't answer questions.
One more time. Who are you, and what were you doing in that shrine?
I got lost.
Oh, is that right? Well, just make sure you don't get lost in any other sacred places you're not supposed to be. Can't have you disrespecting the gods by accident, can we now?
Guys brought me
listen,
here.
Most folks seem a bit confused when they get here, but you seem very lost, and in more ways than one. So let me make this nice and simple for you. Live by our law here, and we'll all get along just fine.
Laws. Your laws.
Not laws, law. There's just one, the golden rule, and the punishment for breaking it's, well, it's kind of horrific. But our magistrate insists we take all newcomers to see him.
I'll gladly show you
I guess
guys.
I'll let him fill you in. So then, you coming?
Yeah, I'll lead the way.
When I first arrived, I couldn't believe there were people living down here. But, as you can see, we've got a nice little community now. Only 23 of us at the moment, if you count the 3 who are missing. No idea how, since nobody knows a way out. But it's just big and dark enough to get lost in, if you're not careful.
Aren't you going to introduce me to your pretty new friend, Galerius?
Keep it in your loincloth, Aurelia. I'm taking her to see the magistrate.
That pompous old bore won't be magistrate for much longer. Anyone who helps vote him out today drinks at my bar for free tonight.
Politics. I'd stay clear of it, and her, if I were you. She's... it's not my place to say. Down on your right is our farm, where I grow all the food you'll ever want. As long as all you want is leek, cabbage, and wheat. Huh. That one
Not
usually
plural?
gets a chuckle.
The bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone.
Don't mind Livia. She means well. She's just been in a bad place since... Well, you know, I don't know what happened to her. Up here on your right is the
shadow?
chasm. If you've got a weapon, it belongs way down at the bottom. Up on your left is the forum, where you can visit the market or get yourself patched up in Lucretia's clinic in the Shrine of Apollo. Most of us have almost nothing, just what we had on us when we arrived, and what we've been able to make and scrounge up since. And this central plateau is where the magistrate and the other patricians live, so don't expect a warm welcome.
Galerius, you're meant to be working the farm, not trudging dirt into the villas.
Take it easy, Horatius. I was just taking our new friend here to see the magistrate.
Well, he's asked me to escort the newcomer personally. The farm. Go. Now.
You'd better go with him. But just remember, they're not like you and me. Don't let them use you.
What was that? What did you just say?
I said it'll take some getting used to.
Yeah, I'm watching you, farm boy. Greetings, citizen. My name's Horatius. Magistrate Sentius asked me to escort you to him personally. Follow me, please.
Okay. Alright, lead the way.
Follow me. The only thing you really need to understand right now is the Golden Rule. Let me see if I can explain it this way. When I was serving in the Legion, if there was a mutiny brewing in one cohort, the legate in charge wouldn't waste time finding the bad apples
My
in
thing.
hundreds.
Why is there a front
They just
door if you could
divided
just
us into
walk
groups of 10.
around?
Made us draw straws, and whoever drew the short straw had to be executed by the other 9. Didn't matter whether he'd done anything wrong. One of us in 10 would die for the crimes of the collective. We call it decimation. If that seems like rough justice to you, you're in for a rude shock. Because the Golden Rule is exactly 10 times worse. The magistrate can explain the rest. Who's up these stairs?
Thank you. Yeah.
We're finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name?
I'm Eris.
A curious name, to match a curious accent. But I digress. I see you have the piercing and astute eyes of Athena. You must be a woman of great learning. We're always happy to welcome another scholar to our little community. Equitia will be delighted to meet you, I'm sure. Now, you're probably wondering why I summoned you, and I'll get to that. But first, take a look at this wondrous place, would you? A secret city built deep in the mountains, many hundreds
Not in the mountains, you're in a
ago.
cave. It's beautiful though.
Indeed. More importantly, consider the miraculous community we've built here over the last 7 months. 22 complete strangers brought together by the fates, living and working together in our own little paradise. And in all that time, not a single sin has been committed. No fights, no theft, nothing. Have you ever witnessed something so extraordinary as a city without sin?
Like how sin is used in place of crime. I can't say I have.
Nor could I until I came here. But the reason for this miracle is as simple as it is terrifying. If even one person commits a sin here, every last one of us will die. You see, the builders of this place, whoever they were, left inscriptions warning, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." From what we can gather, breaking the law here will anger the gods and provoke a terrible punishment. Like the curses of Medusa and Midas combined, turning us all to gold. We've come to call it
I think it's just Midas.
the Golden Rule. It's extraordinary that we've survived as long as we have, and each day I grow more and more afraid that our time in the sun is almost up.
Or forever there.
Now it seems that day is finally here. All that matters is that somebody in this city is about to break the Golden Rule. Why else would Proserpina send you now? Unless you and I can stop them, our doom is assured. I know that's a lot to take in, and you look like you have questions. Please, ask away.
What counts as a sin here?
An intelligent question. There was a good deal of debate about that in our first weeks here. Does it refer to crimes or to some other ill-defined wrong? Of course, everyone agrees on the basics. No theft, no assault, and certainly no murder. But beyond that, it was more difficult to reach a consensus. What about lying, insulting someone, blasphemy, trespass, trying to escape?
bribery, infidelity, suicide. As magistrate, I had to exercise leadership, and so I made a decision. We must uphold the laws of the Empire to a standard never before seen. And we must honor the peace of the gods, the sacred accord between the gods and the people of Rome. It is only by offering the gods the proper respect that we may prosper, as Rome has for centuries.
I'm not sure if that's a good idea. What is legal isn't always moral, and many of your laws and customs are considered barbaric where I'm from.
Barbaric? Barbaric? What are you talking about? The Empire is the most civilizing force in the known world. Rome is a beacon of light in the darkness. For 800 years she has borne great statesmen, philosophers, poets, artists, and engineers. We have comprehensive laws protecting the rights of our citizens, which have unified countless warring tribes all across the Mediterranean and beyond, from Gallia to Judea. All our citizens are treated the same, regardless of the color of their skin or their sexual preference. Can you say the same? When our people are starving, they are given food rations, and when they are wronged, they have the right to bring the guilty party before the magistrate. Our laws forbid treason, murder, assault, and rape, as well as theft and arson, and so on. No other civilization in the world is so advanced, and you have the hubris to call us barbaric?
I'll keep on this argument. I like to debate. Don't your laws allow slave ownership?
Of course. What else would we do with those prisoners of war who would otherwise have been executed? And besides, there are laws for their protection as well.
Don't you people watch blood sports for entertainment?
On occasion. But our gladiators are almost all volunteers seeking glory, or condemned prisoners who would have been executed anyway. I do not see the harm.
Don't women have fewer rights than men?
Of course, but with fewer rights come fewer responsibilities, and the right to be protected by their fathers and husbands.
Don't you persecute Christians?
You mean the blasphemous cult responsible for burning down half of Rome last year? It's hard to blame the people for being angry about that.
Yep, okay. Don't you practice collective punishment?
Are you talking about our practice of decimation? Of course. We could hardly unite all these warring tribes without a disciplined, formidable legion.
Wow, my mistake.
I have made my pronouncement on the subject.
Yep.
Unfortunately, there are still those here who resist, whispering blasphemous and treasonous lies in the shadows. I would be keeping a close eye on them if I were you.
Hey, what did you mean when you said Proserpina sent me?
You see, in my search for a way to save my people, I learned of an ancient ritual to Proserpina, the goddess of the cycle of life and renewal. It's said to open a doorway in time, so that if the unthinkable happens, one person can pass through it and travel back to the past. And when I saw you arrive in a flash of light from the goddess's shrine, I knew that person was you. You don't belong in our time, do you?
Yeah, I'm from the future.
2,000 years? That is unfathomable. Please, tell me, in your time, what did you see? What had become of us? Of this city?
Your fears? You'd all been my Lanta, I can't speak. You all had been turned into golden statues.
I have imagined it, our downfall, 1,000 times. But it still breaks my heart to hear the truth of it.
I'm sorry, I don't know what accent just came out of me, but I apologize. How does the ritual work?
All I can tell you is that it's a ritual sacrifice to Proserpina. I stumbled across instructions. I have to recite a prayer, and of course, as with all rituals, some sacrifice is involved. Usually that means wine or food, or in some cases a live animal. In this case, the sacrifice is rather more costly. The life of the person performing the ritual. I don't suppose you saw any sign of me in the future?
I apologize, it's really close to my nap time. I did see human remains in the temple.
I assume that was me.
This guy just
If I'm
like
forced
chugged
to
a bunch of
perform the
water,
ritual,
so I
it's
mean,
going to cost me everything. You'll try to make sure I don't need to use it, won't you?
yeah, yep, I'll do my best.
Well, I suppose that's all I can ask for.
Oh, like, I already have a couple of video ideas that go against that. Why can't you investigate?
Well, I believe you're in the best position to go around asking people questions. You're new here, and it'll seem perfectly normal. As for me, well, it pains me to say my attempts to impose order have not earned me many friends. I fear I may not even remain magistrate after today's election. The people here would only treat my curiosity with suspicion. You shouldn't have that problem, though, unless, of course, you get off on the wrong foot.
That's fair. Do you have any
Do you
suspects?
ever stare at a problem for so long that you can't see it for what it is anymore? What's needed here is a fresh pair of eyes. The less I prejudice the independence of your investigation, the better.
So I usually solve these kinds of issues by taking a picture and then staring at that picture for as long as I can until I realize either what the issue is or that I truly just don't know anymore. But tell me what you really think.
Well, all right. There are those who wish to vote me out of office so that they can pursue their own misguided political agenda. Frankly, their selfishness and recklessness risk destabilizing the entire city. I would be looking very carefully at them if I were you.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to investigate that idea. If I do this, will you help me get back to my own time?
If I understand Prosperna's ritual correctly, that problem should take care of itself. Let me see if I can explain. If you manage to prevent the sin that breaks the Golden Rule, I won't need to bring you here. I won't create the portal, and you will never have been able to come here. Thus, you'll have created a paradox. If this occurs, you should be flung back to your own time, having changed the past for all of us. Make sense?
And changing my future. Yeah. This kind of gives me the feeling of like the snake eating its own tail situation. I think so. That's all the questions I had.
So, are you with me? Can I count on you to figure out who's about to break the Golden Rule?
Alright, I'm in.
Wonderful. Now, I need you to investigate the city, talk to everyone, help them, if it'll win their trust. I authorize you to enter private homes and inspect possessions and documents, unless, of course, you're asked to leave. Figure out who the culprit is, and as soon as you have a name, come back and tell me immediately.
Alright, I'll get started.
Oh, and one last thing. If I were you, I'd start my investigation by visiting Lucretia at the Shrine of Apollo in the Forum. I heard wailing from there not long ago. Seems like something's not right.
I will get right on it. However, that'll have to wait till next time. So, that was The Forgotten City. If you enjoyed that video, slap that like button. If you want more content from me, subscribe. If you want more of this game, let me know down in the comments. And until next time, be good, behave, stay out of trouble, or don't get caught, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye!